Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Cyborg Pirate. Today we're going to do a little bit different review. Not something that we normally do as far as the UTV dive industry or the maritime industry, but it's something that we have recently acquired that, well, when I say recently acquired, we got it day before yesterday. And it's a drone that we're going to be using to capture more video footage and doing some flying, things like that, in order to get better video footage to put here on the channel for you folks, the viewers. So let me start out by saying welcome back to the channel. If you are not currently a subscriber, please subscribe, like, and share. We'd love to have you be part of our community, and you are what makes Cyborg Pirate on YouTube possible. So thanks for that. So the review that we're going to be doing, we're going to do a secondary unboxing. I've already cheated and opened it up and taken it out and actually flown it, but we're going to kind of show you what comes in the box and how it comes packaged to you, and do a quick review on the drone itself, and give you folks an idea of it, so that way you'll know what footage we're getting from aerial footage and what device we're using to get that as we do that. So stick around and hope you enjoy the video. Thanks. Alright, so here we are with the Ruko folding drone. This is the Ruko F11 Pro. You will also see this from other manufacturers, where it is the SJRC F11 Pro. If you are familiar with that particular drone, it is the newer version of the F11. The difference between the F11 and the F11 Pro is that the Pro comes with a 4K camera, and it's adjustable from the remote control itself, or transmitter. As you are flying the drone, you can move that camera angle, and great quality picture with that 4K camera that's on there. Very wide angle, 120 degree wide angle view of that. So first off, let me start with, I've owned one drone prior to this, and I'm not a very good pilot, so I'm a beginner when it comes to that. So this drone itself, with the features that it has at the price point that it has, is a phenomenal buy. So I'll give you that right up front, that just the price point alone and what it comes with and those features is a phenomenal buy when you do that. So let's go ahead and open it up. We'll talk about a few things. I'll give you some of the specs on it, and I'll also give you the site where it was purchased, which was Amazon, but I'll give you the link to that in the description. And we'll talk about a couple of things that come with it that I think they did a really nice job. So this is the box it comes in when it comes from Ruko. If it comes from SJRC, it's going to be a little bit different box. It's a very shiny mirror looking box, but virtually the same drone, made by the same manufacturer. It's just packaged with a different name on it. So as you can see, as I said, I had already opened this up, taken a look at it, and I've actually taken it out and flown it. So immediately when you open the box, you see there are some quick operation guide instructions right here. These are very helpful. However, I found I didn't use them after the first time of flying it, and the reason being is because once you connect to the Wi-Fi app that you also get with this, it has these instructions for you on the phone itself. So you don't need to carry this box around, you don't need to carry the card around that comes in the packaging as well, which makes it really nice that that app does all that stuff for you. So we have a very nice protective case that it comes with. I myself, because I'm going to be using this on the Razor, the UTV, stuff like that, I'm probably going to end up getting a hard case for it, and that's just for my own personal preference because I don't want it bouncing around. But for everyday use that you're not going to be out taking it out in the rough and doing things like that, this is actually a very nice case. So as we open it up, first things, you have a nice little pocket up here that has the instructions, and again, the quick start guidelines, same that were on the top of the box. Also some troubleshooting problems, things like that. You also get the user manual, a couple different languages that it's, I'm sorry, actually it's all in English, so I take that back. But the nice part is this little manual is very easy to read, very in-depth. I suggest you do read this if you are a beginner drone user as myself. Very easy to read, very easy to follow, and very easy to get your drone up and flying. Also, another nice feature that came with this, as I was reading the manual and I got to the center page where the staples are, I have a wonderful little card that popped out of there. That's for a free battery. All you have to do is just do an Amazon review. I did that, and they have already contacted me and notified me that there is a battery, an extra battery for me on the way. So this particular setup that I got comes with 2 batteries, so I'm going to end up with a 3rd battery, which is going to be very nice. Since we're talking about the batteries, let's get into that real quick. They advertise 30 minutes of flying with this drone. With this drone and these batteries. When I was up flying it, I had already discovered that we're in Arizona, so it's a little colder here during the winter here. When I say colder, I know you folks that are elsewhere in the world, cold is a relative term. You guys are freezing. We've been in the low 60s, and today we're in the 50s. For the day. So to us that's cold, us cold-blooded Arizonans. But just to give you an idea as far as that goes, we are I was getting 28 minutes of flight time out of the battery, so fantastic on how that goes. So let's go ahead and get in here, open things up and look at it. Number one, they give you a nice little charging cable. It's just it's any USB cable that you can use to charge that. They do send you a box of spare propeller blades, which is nice. Instructions on how to change that and stuff are in there. There's also a little Allen wrench or Allen key in there to help you change those blades out if you need to. Judging by the way I was doing things yesterday, yes, I did have a small collision. I'm glad they sent extra blades. I didn't break any. However, that tells me that I'm probably going to at some point in the future. There is a warning sticker or notice sticker that tells you don't have the battery powered on when you plug it into when you clip it into the drone itself. Again, that's just kind of a safety feature. You don't want to short circuit your expensive investment out. Here's the spare battery. So the spare battery comes packaged real nicely. The batteries themselves, you get about 25 to 30 minutes of flight time. So like I said, I was getting 28 minutes, so we'll call that right in the middle there. I'm very happy with that, very satisfied with that. The battery itself looks just like this. The nice part is you can see the little scratch. I told you I had a little collision. So you can look and see what the power on the battery is. I've got a full charge on this. Nice little LEDs up here. So hold it down to turn it on. Hold it down to turn it off. And makes that very, very nice and easy for you. As far as the battery itself, let me cover a couple other things while I've got this one out. Here is your USB cord that you plug into. It uses the same type of USB plug as, I'm not sure what the title on this one is. I think it's a C cord, but it's the same as you would use for an Android or something like that. So, and then you've got two push buttons to lock it into the drone and out of the drone. So here we go with our controller. Nice part about the controller. So very nice, user-friendly controls, very stable. They're not loose. There's no play in them. Very, very nice for that. This feature I really like. You can clip your cell phone onto here so you can get real-time view of what the camera is looking at while you're doing that. Also, that's how the Wi-Fi app works, which really nice. A lot of features on the Wi-Fi app. Now, with this particular thing, the only problem I have the iPhone XR, and the protective case that I had on it, I actually had to remove the case in order to put the phone in here. So if you are one of those that has the bigger iOS packages, bigger phones, you're might gonna run into some difficulty in there. Also, if you have the new the iPhone X, XR, the 11 or the 12, depending on the case you have, you're going to run into some difficulty. I tend to drop my phone a lot just at work with the way I tend to do things. I drop my phone, so I have to have a bigger, thicker protective case on mine because I'm a klutz. So, controller itself. There are some antenna here. They don't do anything. There's nothing wired to them. They're just for looks. Okay, if you want that to look cool, or maybe even support your phone a little bit when it's there. Those are look cool features, but they really do nothing. As far as the rest of the controller transmitter, you have a home button. So this particular drone does have GPS signal, and it works on GPS, which is fantastic. It holds in place, and it holds in place very well once you center it in there. So here's the on-off button. Press it once to turn it on. Press twice and hold, turns it off. So we'll turn it back on just so you can see the LEDs. This is your battery power indicator. So this tells you that we've got power, we're good. The center one, when plugged in and it's charging, is red, and then when this one all the way to the left, it turns green when the controller is completely charged. These LEDs down here, this one right here confirms that it's connected to GPS, which is the one furthest on the left. The blue one on the right actually tells you your speed setting that you have. The way you control your speed is through this dial right here. There's a plus and minus. You can look, turn it toward in, and you'll increase your speed of flight and sensitivity of the drone itself. To the right will actually slow it down. Again, for you newer users like myself, slow is a little bit better to start out. When I got myself in trouble yesterday was when I had it going as fast as it would go, and of course I'm trying to do some tight maneuvering and was not doing very well with it. So then you have your camera feature. This right here tells you that the camera is activated, and if it's recording a video, it'll be flashing at you, which this is your video recording, and this is your photo. Now, two things I don't like about the camera, or I wish that were different, not so much that I don't like, is when you are recording video with this particular drone, you cannot take still photos. If you are going to take still photos, you have to turn the video off, snap your picture, and then turn the video back on. I wish that you could, I would like to see that we could take still pictures from the video while it was recording video. Cannot do that. The other thing that I would like to see, and I don't know if this is available on any of the more expensive drones, is I would like to have a zoom function. Because yes, you can bring the drone down in closer, but it would sure be nice to be up and flying without having to move the drone, GPS holding it in its position, and just be able to zoom in on the camera, or zoom in on the subject with the camera. That feature is not available on this drone. Again, something I wish that it was, but it is what it is. So this light right here, the one all the way to the right, this is your headless mode. So what the headless mode means is as you're flying the drone, the front of the drone is the head of it, or where the camera is. That's the head. If you push and activate this button here, which turns the headless mode off, then what that does is the drone doesn't care at that moment. Whatever aspect you're looking at it from, forward is forward, back is back, side to side matches up. Whereas if you have the head turned on, and so the front of the drone is the front, if it's facing you, all your controls are going to be backwards. Again, for experienced drone pilots, no big deal. For beginners, it can get a little confusing, but it's something that you develop over time and get good with it. So the controller itself has a rechargeable battery, uses the same USB port you plug in right there. Takes about 50 minutes to charge this from completely dead, whereas the drone batteries themselves, they take about 3.5 hours to charge. But 3.5 hours to charge with 30 minutes of flight time, 2 batteries that come with it, and the third battery that's coming, that's going to be an hour and a half of flying. By the time you're done charging the first one, or charging the last one, the first one will almost be ready to fly. So, or when you're done using the third battery, the first one will almost be ready to fly. So nice little handles that flip out here, give it easier to hold on to, and then your phone sits up here. Makes it really nice. So that is the controller itself, or transmitter. Fits nicely into the case, which is fantastic. Now let's get to the real nitty-gritty of it. Let's get to the drone itself. So again, you can see I ran into the fence yesterday. I was actually chasing the dog, so don't recommend doing that. Don't chase the dog, don't run into the fence. But as you can see, the propellers, the blades held up really nice. There's no dings or chips or anything in them. Went right back to flying, it was great. So this particular copter has, or this drone has, it's actually called a quadcopter from Ruko, but they have brushless motors, which is nice because they reduce the heat. Keeps that really nice. These are LED lights that are on the front, so as we open the drone up, which by the way, this feels very, very expensive. So the price point that we paid for this as compared to the actual weight of the helicopter, feel of the helicopter, everything is nice and tight, nothing moves. It feels like a $1,000 drone. And it actually flies like one. It's quite nice. So there's the front. Here are the back. You have your feet that are on the front, and on the back you have your landing pads back here. Now this particular helicopter, it looks like it has sensors on the bottom that tell it when it's getting too close to an object. Unfortunately, this particular one does not, but that looks like something that they're going to add in the future as they update the this model to newer and better versions of it. But this is so that's what that is. It does have an altitude setting though, so it will hold altitude just fine. The GPS, it locks it into position and it will stand there. Yesterday I was grabbing the bottom of the drone and pulling it away from where it was set at, and I'd let it go and it'd go right back into where it needed to be. Again, battery rests on the top. Here's the power button for the battery, the 2 buttons on the sides to lift that battery out, and it comes out real nice just like that. There's the inside of it. Sets in, listen for the click, and battery's in there nice and tight. So here is the 4K camera with a 120-degree wide-angle lens, which is fantastic. The footage on that, which I'll put that on the video as well. You'll get to see some of the aerial footage that it was taking in the recording. Now, I will tell you that the recording that I will publish on here is coming from my phone. It was what it sent to my phone. So the quality on it is actually very nice quality. However, if I were to take the SD card out, 32 gig is what it holds. If I were to take that SD card out and transfer the files from it would be much better quality video. But again, we're just doing a review on this and an unboxing, so I'm not going to mess with that. But as this is recording, it's actually recording to the micro SD card, and it's also sending it wirelessly to your phone through the Wi-Fi. And so what that does is it sends, you can see real time and record real time, which makes it nice because I can just turn around and I can fire those videos off to the to my friends or whatnot, put it real quick on YouTube without having to take the SD card out and use that. So makes it really nice for that. So let's go ahead, and by the way, the micro SD card is something that you buy separate. We bought them, Amazon suggested it, the ones that people buy, so I just bought that particular one, which again, 32 gig is what it will actually hold, which makes it really nice. this fits, stick that in there, fits nicely down in its little spot there, has a little protective strap to hold it in there. Everything's secured. Now, one thing I noticed about the case, the zippers, if it were me, I would have these zippers up here by the handle, and the reason being is because when you carry it, if the zippers are on the bottom and it happens to bump into something or come unzipped, you don't actually want to have that, pardon the wind by the way as it comes through here, you don't want to have your components falling out of it, whether it be your charging cable or anything else. So I would recommend putting the zippers all the way to the top. So that's the drone itself, case, accessories that comes with it. Now, the app is the SJRC app. And I will tell you that app has some great features in it. Some things that I really liked. Makes it very easy to turn the video on and off. You can do that from the phone. You can do it from the transmitter. And you have either one of those options, which makes things really nice to do that. Being able to see real time what's going on. Also, the really nice aspect of that particular app is when you set that app up and you are connecting to the drone, it gives you the instructions on that quick start guide on how to set the drone up. So this particular drone, you do have to do the 360 degree turn it nose down, 360 degree turn to calibrate the compass on it and get its headings and stuff set up, which makes things really nice. But that's one thing that you're going to have to go through every time, and it goes through and gives you the how to do that and tells you whether it's synced or not. Also, down in the bottom corner of the app, it gives you the power indicator on the battery from that the transmitter has, and also the drone, so you can see as it does. Now, one thing that we did, we ran the batteries all the way down while the drone was still flying to see if it would return to where it would actually taken off from, and it's within about 8 inches every time of where it took off from. So it gets that GPS setting as you turn it on, as you turn the drone on. It hones in on the GPS, and it'll bring it right back to it when the batteries are dead. It will also do that when you hit the home key, and it will bring it right back and put it right there where it took off from, which is again a nice feature. Also, because of the GPS setting, if you happen to lose the drone, you crash into something a ways off and you need to go find it, the app will tell you the last known location of that drone, and you can go find it in case you did lose it. So luckily we didn't have to deal with any of that when we were out flying, but those are some nice features that it has with it. So all in all, this has been a great drone. We're going to give it 2 thumbs up. Again, I will repeat that I'm a beginner drone user, so for the price point that we paid for this, which with the SD card and the drone itself, we paid $300 for it. So again, nice drone for beginners, very easy to fly, very adaptable, good quality photo and video with that. And so we'll give it 2 thumbs up. You know, as we get further into the channel and we find ourselves liking the drone more and more, and find ourselves better flying the drone, being a better pilot, then we will probably upgrade and buy more expensive drones. A couple other features I forgot to talk about real quick. This does have a follow me through the GPS and Wi-Fi on it, so we're going to get some footage of the follow me. It does work very well. I had it following. It follows your phone is what it does. But we're going to do some high-speed driving in the Razor, things like that, and see how well it follows us. And hopefully we do real well with that. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we appreciate all that you viewers are doing for us. So again, Cyborg out.